orientation-wise.
All right, for segment 2 today, we are going to cover the Rifter number 23. You guys seem to really like these Rifter episodes, and nobody's complained yet about me doing them. So I'm going to continue on here. And the Rifter 23, unlike the Rifter 22, is actually a really good one. Don't let the art fool you. It is actually a really good, jam-packed, full of information. Unfortunately, I only get to cover 2 segments on this, plus this overview. So let's dive into it and see what this crazy book has. And we got a super chat. $20 one's got to go. There we go.
Usually rigged. Well, guess what? We can find out if the giveaway is rigged at the end of the live stream because you've just activated it. Good job.
And Kevin put us right over the... Wow. Okay.
Oh, Polly did the same thing. Oh, Jesus.
Well, no, hey, you know what? We've guaranteed a giveaway. Thank you very much, folks.
Yes. Who's the cute puppy on the cover? The cute puppy? I don't think that's a puppy.
Yeah, I'm not really a Linux fan, but I appreciate the. Let me phrase it. I like Linux conceptually, but I don't want to have to think about my computer that much. I'm not quite on the Mac level of leave me alone. I'm right in the middle with the Microsoft. Like, I want to be able to do what I want to do with it, but it just kind of handles the rest on its own. I don't want to have to figure out the Linux stuff. But I appreciate the people out there who do enjoy that. Okay, so the Rifter number 23. What do we have in this wonderful, glorious book? Well, let's go through the cover. Not the cover, the table of contents.
Apparently dinosaur puppies.
And once again, for the folks out there who like to say things like, all you did was just tell us what's in the book. We could have figured that out on our own. We get a lot of people who actually love these overviews because it helps them decide if they want to go get the PDF of it off the Palladium site or drive through RPG. So, yes, this is just an overview.
You have to think of it this way. You're not going to be able to read the table of contents yourself unless you buy the book.
Right.
So you'd rather know you want to buy it before you buy it. Here we are. You're welcome.
So here we are. It's a finally official. Palladium Books has signed a deal with Jerry Bruckheimer Films and Walt Disney Pictures to do a live action picture based on riffs. Yes. Oh, what year was this?
And that has happened. Go to Netflix. It's on Netflix right now.
Netflix and wait.
Worst date ever.
This is 2003. We are now 22 years later, and hold on.
And you're dead.
Right. So unfortunately, but what was really fun about reading this, what was a one-page blurb that he had on there, is how excited Kevin was about this. And you could tell that Kevin was so happy and so excited for the people involved, for the company and so forth. And here we are 22 years later going, what happened?
I'll tell you what happened. Jerry Bruckheimer Films was all about it. Disney was like, wait a minute. How much violence is in this?
I heard it was script problems.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't come up with a script that was actually good. But we can ask Kevin about it again, but I know he talked about it a little bit. And basically, it's like, yeah, like the scripts all sucked.
Oh, wow, that's bad.
All right. So from the desk of Kevin Sambita, well, guess what he's probably talking about most of all after putting in here Riff's movie deal. Again, Kevin was so excited, and he should have been. He should have been excited about this. Even me as not a Riffs guy, I would love to see that on the silver screen. I think that'd be a fantastic movie if done well, especially with modern CGI and so forth. Oh man, I think they would be absolutely amazing. Coming attractions, none of these are coming attract. Either you got the book or it's on permanent hiatus. So, Chaos Earth. So he's all excited because this is right after Chaos Earth went to the public. Well, guess what? I know somebody who has a video talking about Chaos Earth. And so you can find all about Chaos Earth on our channel. Rift subscription offer. All right, let's get to the real articles here. Nightbane, the Spell Breather. What a horrible, horrible name for something that's kind of interesting. I stress the word kind of. The Spell Breather basically turns magic into physical familiars. That's my term for it.
What?
You spend some PPE, they're not as powerful a spell. You have living spells. So if you, for example, create an attack spell, it will take shape. It could be an animal, it could be an elemental, it could be something, but it'll take shape. And you now have a physical attack spell as your personal companion. It costs PPE daily. It's got a bunch of rules and requirements for it. It's a neat idea. I'm not saying it's good, bad, or otherwise. You guys who play these games, well, actually, this is for Nightbane, so it probably fits really well with Nightbane. How do I say this? The problem is the way the spells are written up, and maybe this is the way Nightbane is, and I just don't realize it, but it looks really vampire-esque and emo. So I was turned off by it. But conceptually, I like it. But I can't really say it without diving into it. I can't say it any more than what I did there. If you like the idea of having a spell come alive, it could be a protection spell, it could be a combat spell, it could be a flying spell, it could be whatever spell you want, come alive and have physical form and do its function. There's like training you have to do with it. Like if you have a combat spell, you actually have to let it train during the day, so you have to like give it a room. If it's some sort of a knowledge spell, you have to give it a library to peruse through. So it's pretty neat implementation of this. I just think the spell breather was a really dumb way of calling it. Breathing life into the spell. Yeah, but it still doesn't make sense. So with that, but check it out if that concept works for you. If you're the type of person who likes to have familiars, I think it might be something you'll enjoy. Palladium Astronomy was so the Palladium world itself, and we're talking Palladium fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows the constellations. To be fair, nobody cares, right? I think the only setting that we know about that uses constellations that we care about is Kryn, because the gods are literally shaped by them, right? In our own world, though, it's used for navigation. It's used for omens and portents, astrology, and so forth. So what the author, Carl, I think his name was, Carl Gleba, he puts that into this article for your use in Palladium Fantasy. My take on this is I think it's a lot of work for no real reason. But if you make the reason for it, then you don't even have to put the work in. He's done it for you. No. Anything else in my notes that I may have missed on this? Oops, scroll down. Oh yeah, they got star scopes. They're telescopes that you can use. Temples in the sky are the planets. They got lore-rich constellations, and it also aids with your astronomy and navigation skill use. The Blade Mage. I had a couple of requests to cover this, and people are like, I know some of you are going to be like, why didn't you then? Just wasn't interesting for me. It's just a fighter mage, or like a, what are they called in D&D, the spell slinger for elves? It's just an elven spell slinger. And I'm not saying that to knock. By the way, AJ Pickett, who wrote this, has his own YouTube channel that talks about Palladium stuff. I don't know if he's got any current, but go check out AJ Pickett's YouTube channel. He's got a bunch of Palladium content out there. Maybe this is one of them. It's just, for me, it's like, okay, it's a fighter mage. I just didn't have the interest in it that a lot of people do. But it is an OCC out there that has a bunch of martial arts attached to it. So it might be something that you find interesting. After the Bomb and Heroes Unlimited, a twofer there. You get Mesozoic Land, Part 1. So we know that by this point, there was no transdimensional Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles anymore, right? Because, TMNT license was gone. So if you can't buy transdimensional TMNT, how do you make dinosaurs for your game? I want to be a mutant dinosaur. Well, now you can do it. This gentleman here, Todd Yoho from Dinosaur Swamp fame. So he seems to have a theme when he writes for Palladium. And as you guys know, I really like the Dinosaur Swamp books. He takes Cuba and turns it into how you can utilize that in your After the Bomb. It seems to be more tailored toward After the Bomb than Heroes Unlimited, but you can put it in both. Why? Because what is one of the mutant categories of Heroes Unlimited? Mutant animals. So it follows the same process about E-points, and I'm going to leave it at that because this is what we're going to dive into in the next video. We're going to take a look at this, and I'm going to have Heathen Dog roll up a dinosaur.
Woohoo!
The main thing that I would say is if you have transdimensional TMNT, you don't need this. If you don't have, or unless you want his tweaks, he makes a couple of minor tweaks. If you don't have transdimensional TMNT, but you're like, dude, it'd be awesome to play a dinosaur, a mutant dinosaur, boom, then you want this article. And notice it says part 1. That's right, it cuts off. Now, the next time I do a Rifter, if the second part is meaningful, I'll cover it. But it looks like all the game stuff is.
Uh-oh. He broke up. He stopped. Am I also stopped? I don't know. Uh-oh. Is it me? No, I can get other places. Oh, you're back. Okay. Yeah, you were locked up for a second.
I was. I actually looked over. My internet was just fine. At least my router and so forth was. Yeah. Well, what was the last thing you guys heard?
You were talking about if part 2 was useful.
Okay. Just to reiterate, apologize for that. Anybody who sees this on the video later, because I don't edit that stuff out. So my apologies. Yeah, if it's useful, if it's not just lore, then I will cover it. If it's game information, but if it's just lore, I'm not going to cover part 2. Not that lore is bad, but it isn't necessarily what I would need to cover here. So, okay. The second one is the fairy harvest.
Woohoo!
It should be called the fairy culling. But this is going to be
make fairies great again.
Make fairies great. Well, the Splugorth have found a way to make the fairies great again. So this is going to be video number 3, and effectively, Splugorth. You guys, if you follow Rifts, you know what biowizardry is. They have found a way. It's like, I want to make a jet ski. So let's slap in a water elemental. Let's slap in this. Oh, he doesn't want to be there. No. We're just gonna lobotomize him and take his powers. And that's what they do. So we're gonna dive into more what that means. It's as horrific as it sounds, but there's Splugorth. How much do you think they care?
Yeah, exactly. They use slaves like other people would use napkins, right? They don't care about the napkin. You don't care about the napkin. They don't care about the slave. If you're burning away someone's life force to power something you want, it's the only detriment is how long is this power source going to last? Well, fairies live a long time, so that battery is going to be charged for a while. So let's use it and then throw it away like a napkin. Sounds perfectly fair.
So that's going to be a fun one to dive into. There weren't a lot of items, but it gives you basically it gives you enough items for you to understand how to do this on your own. If you want to be an evil Splugorth, yeah. CS target acquisition group, sniper teams for the coalition. I debated covering this one. The reason why I ultimately said no was I didn't find that there was just a lot in this one. It's not that it's bad. It's a great way to, I like this idea of coalition sniper teams. Good article. But for our coverage here, I just didn't think it had the gravitas that we needed to.
Yeah, plus it sounds a lot like what they did in the Heroes of Humanity, where you have specialty classes. One of them is a sniper for coalition soldiers. Yeah,
that probably was brought in at some point. And then the last I think it's the last one. Yeah, because it goes in the stories. Now, remember last week when I said one of the good articles in the Rifter 22 was about mass army combat?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is the same thing, but now it's mass army combat for MDC games, for Rifts. And it includes, hey, how you put the wizards in there, how you put the psychics in there, how you create those armies. So if you were ever thinking about how to have mass combat battles in your Rifts game, booyah, this is the article for you. And in combination with the other one, I think they're both excellent articles if that's how you want, if that's something you want to add to your game.
Yeah.
So why
It
didn't I
covers
cover
every
this?
flavor of Palladium at this point.
Yeah, it really does. The last one is more SDC. This one is definitely more MDC. This one really focuses on Rifts itself and how it goes into Psychics and Wizards and Borgs, oh my. But you obviously can tailor it to any game. If you want to find a way of putting this into Splicers or Legacy Robotech, whatever you want to do with it, it will work. I will say this: get these if this is what you want to do. If you're not interested in mass combat, then they're meaningless for you. Or if you just want to hand wave it for some degree. But other than that, this is a great way of putting armies together. The Rift's Phase World, Hammer the Forge, Chapter 23. Well, I haven't read the first 22, so 23 didn't get ready either. And there you go. That's what's in this book. I think this book is leaps and bounds better than the last one. And while I was kind of poo-pooing the spell breather, understand I was more poo-pooing the name. The idea, I'm not saying it's for me. I think it's an interesting idea that you might want to try to incorporate into your game. I don't run Nightbane. I've never even played Nightbane, although it does sound cool as hell. That's something for you to check out. And of course, if it's good for Nightbane, you could probably try to find a way to put that into Beyond the Supernatural or Palladium Fantasy or whatever you want as well, right? So there you go. Any questions you got, Heathen Dog?
I got a couple of start things here.
Okay.
Let me scroll down. Oh yeah, this is for the spell breather. A carpet of adhesion actually looks like a carpet that grabs its target. That would be a great visual.
Yeah,
that really
you can do it.
Yeah,
they have. I mean, I could show you guys. Just took it off the screen, but I could show you guys what kind of tables it has in there. But it has tables in there. I think you randomly roll. Oh, why am I forgetting this? I think you randomly roll to see what type of form that it takes. I know there are charts for it, but I forget if you randomly roll that or if you don't do something else you randomly roll. And I'm forgetting for some reason.
all right.
Oh, is that it?
There was a couple of things about the fairy batteries that we're going to go over, so there's no point.
Okay.
In fact, we haven't gone over it yet.
Darius asks, have you done read-throughs of Robotech? I've been collecting them recently. Have not. I think we talked about it momentarily.
Yeah, I haven't gone over the actual first edition book.
Right.
I own it, the actual Robotech book. But I haven't done a segment on it.
Yeah, I think we skipped. Why did we skip? We didn't. Same reason we skipped TMNT, because it wasn't part. We had to squeeze all that stuff into 2022.
Yeah, they didn't have a license for it when we did it years ago.
Yeah.
We actually went through the very first thing that Palladium put out. Then we went to Palladium. The first thing was the
Mechanoids.
Was the Mechanoids book, the original Mechanoids trilogy, and then we did Palladium Fantasy. Then we did Heroes Unlimited. And
Nightbane. We skipped
Beyond the Supernatural.
Did you do
and
that?
then
one?
Rifts. I did Beyond the Supernatural, yeah.
I did After the Bomb.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We didn't.
Yeah, we didn't get every game, but we tried to do it in chronological order.
Yeah.
For things that Palladium currently had license for, which means you could get besides on eBay.
Now, if you want to check it out, the Crafting Gamer has done a bunch of Robotech videos. If you want to check out his, I'm not adverse to doing Robotech videos in the future. In fact, I like Robotech as a game. I'm not a huge fan of the anime, but I like it as a game. It was always fun for me. I love playing BattleTech as my tactical game, and Palladium's Robotech is my role-playing version of it. I learned, well, by recently, I mean within the last few years, I don't think I ever played first edition Robotech. I think everything I played was the blue book, the Sentinels. And Invid Invasion. I know I did Invid Invasion because
I'm the opposite. The only one I've played is the first one, the Macross one.
I have them. But all right. Well, then with that, I hope you like this. Again, these are meant to be overviews of the content to see if this is a Rifter you want. Else, hopefully you'll see you in the next video when I talk about Mesozoic land, how to create some dinosaurs in your Heroes Unlimited or After the Bomb games. And then in the third video, when we go fairy hunting, Splugorth have demanded. I look forward to talking to you all then.